The irony of my relationship with Horizon franchise is that as much as this game doesn't interest me too much, I still find myself spending money on it. I played Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation. I could not go too far. I was just bored. The game came out on PC. I bought myself the good old games version. I played for a little bit and I was like, I looked at my wife. We love playing adventure games from time to time. But for some reason, I told my wife, I said, babe, I wish you could actually just play this game. My wife is one of those, gamers that plays on their phone. And she's like, I'm not really too into a controller. So the game is just sitting there cold. It wasn't like the Lara Croft effect where I played all the Tomb Raider games and all the above. I just could not vibe with this game. Then Horizon, Forbidden West came out. The complete edition came out on PC. And I bought it and I played it for only 10 minutes and that's it. It's really weird because for some strange reason, I just like the aesthetics of the game. I like, the lore, the story, and a few things. Not really too concerned. However, seeing this Horizon Zero Dawn remaster is something that has always irked me with PlayStation. And this is one of the reasons I don't have Uncharted, which is one of my all-time favorite franchises. I don't have the PC version. PlayStation wants you to basically pay for an upgraded, shader pack, and the fact that you get, 3D support and DualSense haptic, triggers. They want you to pay for what is the next new feature that they're adding to this thing, that they're asking you to come in and pay $9.99 for. Upgraded character models. I'm like, okay, what does upgraded character models mean? If you speak to a character artist, there are many things that this could mean. Are they increasing the polygon count because now they have, maybe a new console that can actually, render all of those things? Like, that is a very vague description at the end of the day. And I think there's one more thing where they're actually doing like, mocap and all of that stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so you want me to pay you guys an extra $10 if I'm coming from the PlayStation 4 version, which I think I have the digital. If I wanted to upgrade to the PS5, I have to pay you guys $10 for higher fidelity and improved shaders and textures. This is stuff that CD Projekt Red did for The Witcher for free. Like, I'm down with the Ghost of Tsushima game that they actually unveiled. I'm like super down with that because to me, that's like, yeah, we're getting a game in the franchise, a game that I actually do like playing, melee combat and all that. And so I'm super down with that. But for PlayStation to come out here and think that this is something that they're going to use to kind of rake in money, to me is just weird. Why does this company not understand value proposition at its core? This is stuff that other publishers are doing, with ease. Third-party publishers, they'll do this stuff and they'll be like, hey, man, we just did all this extra stuff for a game that you guys patronize very well. And keep in mind, this is one of PlayStation's highest-selling games, people. This is not just any random PlayStation game. They sold, tons of copies of this stuff, 20-something or so million. It beat Uncharted and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'll patronize Horizon, but I don't know if I'm going to be, I'm not going to pay for the PlayStation version. That's not happening. And to ask me to pay for the remaster on PC is kind of insane. I mean, like, I already have like PCs that can render that bad boy, into oblivion. So I'm thinking to myself, so what is the benefit going to be here for me to actually go ahead and, pay for the remaster? It doesn't really make any sense. Even for the PlayStation player themselves, this doesn't even make any sense. I'm seeing people also justify this stuff as well on Twitter. I'm seeing somebody say, I think that this person has a little, they're like, well, $10 upgrade for a 4-year-old game. Xbox Smart Delivery still goated. Somebody said something along the lines of, I'm okay with this. At least Sony aren't making you pay full price if you have the PS4 version. They should not have you pay a dime more if you already have the base version. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. And again, PlayStation fans, we're not holding Sony accountable to what industry standards in terms of third-party developers, most of the majority of them are doing. Did y'all forget that The Witcher got like all of this RT upgrades and all this extra stuff added to it? Like, are we forgetting that other video games have gotten these kinds of enhancements done to them and they have not cost the players, any money at all? So again, this is a miss for PlayStation. We're not even talking about, another remaster in place of Bloodborne or, all that by itself is already wild out there. You know, like I said, I'm glad that they showed the second Ghost of Yote, I guess I should put it that way. The second Ghost game that's going to be in their franchise, and they need to continue. They need not stop now. They need to keep Sucker Punch on that thing like the Arkham games. I'm just saying. Because now they've established a franchise with a game that can come out almost guaranteed every so many years. Man, it's money right there for the making. And fans are going to enjoy it. Fans of that franchise would love it. That franchise was one of the most, looked forward to game in a sense. But to me, this is just quite weird. This is quite dire in my opinion. This looks like a money grab. Straight up money grab. And for someone like me who's invested in a franchise, like because I want to support what Guerrilla Games is doing, like they make these kinds of, symbolic, technologically advanced games. I don't think this approach actually makes sense to me. Perhaps, and I try to look at it from the business side, there is something to be said for bringing in more, or bringing an influx of customers to pay money to you for your game. However, I think a good marketing approach would have been a free shader pack upgrade. All of these things, maybe not all of them, but something that is not too, something that's not too expensive would have been a better upgrade to add and say, hey, we just added this, thanks for playing our game. And I think that would have probably allowed for people to say, you know what? Let me try this game, or you know what, here's what this game is, and then it gives you a little bit more in terms of marketing and boosting your game. Cyberpunk 2077 is doing almost the same thing, adding new features back and forth, and that game has basically found itself with 20 million copies on the books and more. But these are my opinions and these are my thoughts, and to be honest, I don't think many are going to disagree in this particular aspect when it comes to the value perspective. And look at people cheering smart delivery over there. I mean, what else is needed to be said? This is an L for PlayStation, no doubt about that. As much as that goes to, Yote was a big, in my opinion, a win for PlayStation. This ain't it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you guys. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Peace out.